What occurs when a rigid homeowners association leader attempts to oust the incorrect resident, only to discover the lady she's pursuing holds title to more than her residence, sections of the leader's own lawn as well. You could practically detect the echo of Patricia Kincaid's stilettos striking the pavement prior to spotting her. That's the manner in which she announced her presence in the suburb. A whirlwind of dominance, never understated, perpetually incisive. That dawn in Columbus, Ohio, the avenue buzzed with an atypical vibe, a relocation van stationed before the aged brick residence at Willow Lane's intersection. Patricia abhorred the atypical, she favored uniformity, and the sight filtering through her shades persuaded her that the locality was on the verge of transformation she couldn't endorse. The van's panel glided ajar with a metallic thud, and a lady descended, steadying a mid-sized carton against her side. She stood tall, her bearing firm, her gaze intent on the duty ahead. Selena Ward. Patricia was unaware of her identity then, but it held no relevance, she'd already branded her a lessee. Rentis, Patricia grumbled beneath her breath, mouth pursed. She linked her arms, as though the gesture might barricade the roadway from the incursion she perceived. Selena placed the carton on the veranda, swept strands from her forehead, and pivoted toward the van. She scarcely registered Patricia initially, positioned like a guardian at her driveway's border. But Patricia tolerated no disregard. "Pardon me," Patricia's tone sliced keenly over the divide. Selena glanced up, startled. "Good morning," she responded courteously, offering a faint grin. Patricia withheld any grin. "Are you cognizant of the community association protocols here?" Selena flickered her eyelids, perplexed momentarily. "Protocols?" "Yes, regulations on." Selena scrutinized her extendedly, the heft of her statements suspended. She'd encountered folks like this previously, the presumptions, the assurance, the hubris cloaked as command. Nonetheless, she opted against clashing immediately, not quite yet. "I believe you'll discover," Selena remarked cautiously, "that I'm precisely situated as intended." Patricia arched her brows, sneering softly as she pivoted. "We'll observe," she grumbled, audible enough for Selena to catch. As the relocation van growled and cartons accumulated on the veranda, the suburb remained vigilant, some feigning disinterest, others murmuring behind drapes. While Selena concentrated on transporting her possessions indoors, Patricia was devising her subsequent tactic. Yet what Patricia overlooked was that her initial maneuver in this skirmish had merely prepared the arena for a far grander mortification. By dawn the following day, Willow Lane's atmosphere seemed denser, although naught had altered save one element, a sheet affixed to Selena Ward's newly coated entryway. Patricia Kincaid had initiated her ploy. The prominent script atop declared, "Alert of Association Breach," and below, in Patricia's meticulous script, lay a roster of mandates: clear relocation cartons from veranda, furnish evidence of habitation, supply credentials of proprietorship or lease within 72 hours. Selena encountered it upon exiting with a steaming beverage clutched. She halted, inclined her head, and perused it doubly, pondering whether to chuckle or take offense. She'd finalized the estate purchase mere days prior, transferred the capital personally, and here she stood, regarded as an interloper on her threshold. She detached the sheet leisurely and creased it doubly. "So this is our approach," she whispered to herself. A cough's resonance prompted her to look upward. Patricia loomed at her driveway's rim once more, limbs interlocked as if anticipating this instant. "Good morning," Patricia uttered, devoid of cordiality. "Morning," Selena countered, imbibing her brew steadily. "I observe you've obtained the alert," Patricia proceeded, gesturing to the creased sheet in Selena's grasp. "Yes," Selena affirmed plainly. "I've reviewed it." And Patricia urged, anticipating submission. Selena elevated her shoulders. "And I discern no relevance to me." Patricia's gaze ignited. "It pertains to all inhabitants. If you're leasing, that's a breach. If you're stashing goods improperly on the veranda, that's a breach. The association enforces protocols purposefully." Selena descended her mug, her endurance eroding. "Let's elucidate. I'm not leasing, and those cartons, I'm settling in. It's termed existence." From the far side, a gentleman irrigating his turf decelerated, eavesdropping intently, drapes quivered anew. Residents monitored, imbibing each syllable. Patricia advanced a pace, her pitch ascending sufficiently for the suburb to overhear. "Then furnish credentials. If you're genuinely the proprietor, that ought to be simple. Otherwise, penalties await." Selena positioned her brew on the veranda ledge and aligned her stance. Penalties for inhabiting my residence. Patricia unblinking, affirmative. A lull ensued, ponderous and strained. Selena met her stare directly, then emitted a subdued chuckle. You realize I finalized this residence under a week past, cash, inked deed, title conveyance, the entirety. And here you endeavor to impose penalties as if I infiltrated nocturnally. That chuckle disquieted Patricia beyond any yell, serene, assured, weighty. Till I witness evidence, this estate undergoes scrutiny, Patricia declared resolutely, mandible rigid. You might fancy circling me verbally, but I comprehend my duty. Selena's retort was calibrated, nigh intentional. And I comprehend mine, which presently entails conveying my effects indoors, not justifying to one ignorant of my identity. That final remark pricked. Patricia detested exposure, particularly before witnesses. The turf-tendingman fidgeted awkwardly, deactivated his hose, and withdrew indoors, but his muteness conveyed volumes. Residents hearkened, residents remarked. Selena retrieved her brew anew and bestowed Patricia a resolute gaze. You seek evidence. Fine, I'll exhibit it. But upon doing so, I anticipate contrition. Patricia derided. Don't await breathlessly. Selena's pitch descended firmer. Oh, I shan't, for unlike you, I abstain from presuming on unknowns. Patricia stiffened momentarily, her clasp intensifying on the board she bore. She yearned to retort, but momentarily, utterances deserted her. Thus, she wheeled on her footwear, withdrawing to her driveway, dignity marred yet resolve enduring. As she departed, Selena shook her crown and grumbled softly, certain individuals truly ignore cessation. She stowed the alert within and secured the portal, abandoning Patricia seething on the walkway. That midday, as haulers conveyed Selena's final furnishings, Patricia reappeared with duplicate breach alert, this instance gliding it beneath the entry. The tenacity neared farce, yet Selena elected patience. She recognized her deed's potency surpassed any parchment Patricia might affix, but what Patricia ignored was her menaces poised to rebound magnificently, and the suburb she deemed governed already interrogated her sway's limits. By the third dawn, Willow Lane's strain might have been severed by a blade. What commenced as solitary alert had evolved into crusade. Patricia Kincaid sufficed not with mere affixed parchments, she craved dominance display. That morn, Selena Ward exited to discover not solitary, but trio vividly inscribed alerts fluttering on her veranda balustrade. One concerned refuse receptacle's visible street ward, another indicted her for neglecting association registry, the ultimate, Patricia's Odysseyist, cautioned prompt juridical measures absent habitation evidence within 48 hours. Selena regarded the pile, crown oscillating gradually. It bordered ludicrous, nigh droll, yet the drollery veiled not the barb of isolation. She discerned it transcended refuse or forms, it concerned Patricia's compulsion to subjugate, to reaffirm her as suburb sentinel. As Selena collected the alerts, Patricia's timbre pierced the dawn ether. You may persist in detaching them, Patricia summoned from afar, but they'll recur till obedience. Selena exhaled profoundly, traversed to her turf's verge, and elevated the pile. You desire discourse? Then let's discourse verily. Patricia advanced sans delay, board nestled under limb, gait incisive and directive. Residents materialized nigh instantaneously, as if the theatrics formed their dawn diversion. Shades parted, canines hushed, one even dawdled by postal box excessively. Your declining collaboration, Patricia proclaimed, halting paces distant. I'm declining persecution, Selena riposted. This isn't persecution, this is implementation. Selena emitted mirthless guffaw. Implementation for cartons on veranda and refuse not aligned impeccably. Come now, this transcends edicts, it's you rejecting my presence. The utterances lingered weightily, challenging Patricia's denial. But Patricia, averse to retreat, inclined nearer. If you truly possessed this residence, not to conceal. Yet all signals tenant, and lessees diminish estate worths. Unease undulated among the modest throng, some fidgeted, others feigned absorption, yet all apprehended the subtext in Patricia's phrasing. Selena creased the alerts tidily, motions restrained. You're encroaching. I owe no elucidations, not here, not on my turf. Queries on proprietorship. Consult precinct annals. Patricia's mouth constricted. I require no precinct annals, I demand your evidence. Then you'll tarry extensively, Selena affirmed staunchly, for I respond not to you. Patricia's timbre ascended, incisive enough to lacerate. This is my suburb, I've sustained order over decade plus. Residents esteem me for ensuring propriety. If you fancy striding in and flouting the framework, you're deluded. Selena a fixed gaze. Esteem isn't exacted, it's merited. The throng hummed faintly at that utterance. Patricia crimsoned, cognizant Selena's phrasing penetrated deeper than envisioned. She pivoted to observers, gesturing with bored. You all apprehend rule neglects fallout, one strains limits, and abruptly the entirety suffers. Is that our desire? Sundry crowns inclined habitually, yet most muteness prevailed. Patricia's clasp on spectators waned from prior potency. Selena neared, timbre serene yet directive. I acquired this residence for tranquility, a locale to forge tomorrow sans meddling. Yet I've squandered time justifying to one lacking claimed. Mandate. Patricia recoiled, mandible contracting. You'll rue addressing me thus. Selena's riposte calibrated, each utterance laden. Nay, Patricia, the sole rue here is mistaking coercion for guidance. The ensuing quietude outshone any altercation. Residents exchanged glances, some inclining subtly Selena ward. Patricia's supremacy fractured, and she sensed it. She wheeled sharply, surging afar with board clutched to bosom, utterances trailing, incisive, frantic. This concludes not remotely. Selena observed her exit, alerts clutched, she knew Patricia's persistence, such souls ceased never. Yet what Patricia overlooked, each clash eroded her hold, not fortified it. But Patricia neared her audaciest ploy yet, one hauling the suburb into fray, compelling Selena's revelation prematurely. 2 dawns hence, Patricia Kincaid opted escalation beyond alerts and overt disputes, she summoned compliance inspection, an impromptu traversal she asserted bylaws authorized. The issue, she lacked such potency. Still, that deterred not her advance up Selena Ward's driveway one muggy midday, board in one grasp, cellular camera in other. Selena crouched by floral vessels, tweaking earth strata, when stilettos grit crunch resounded. She elevated, instantly identifying the resolute gait. You're intruding, Selena stated placidly, dusting loam from gauntlets. I'm chronicling, Patricia countered sans pause. Noncompliance compels escalation. She hoisted her device, commencing snapshots of veranda, turf, even pavement fissures. Selena arose, aligning spine. Chronicle freely, but depart or I'll summon authorities. Patricia descended device sufficiently to smirk. Proceed, I'll elucidate to them your evidence refusal, then observe. Allegiance. The barter drew modest spectators anew, juveniles halted on cycles, residents decelerated vespertine ambles, postal bearer dawdled unduly. All intuited the strain erupting. Selena inhaled profoundly, delved pocket, extracted creased parchment-borne days for contingency. She elevated it patiently. You crave evidence, she queried, timbre resolute yet firm. Here. Patricia's smirk wavered. Selena uncreased the parchment, unveiling juridical deed, imprinted and inscribed by Franklin County archivist. Prominent script atop affirmed, Selena Marie Ward, registry proprietor. Inhales resounded from modest throng, even postal bearer immobilized mid-stride. Patricia flickered, mouth parting slightly ere swift closure. This residence is mine, Selena persisted, elevating parchment for nearby visibility. I procured outright, no lease, no lessor, no provisional. I'm proprietor. Patricia's visage scarletized, yet she rallied. Anybody might fabricate such, she derided faintly. Selena arched brow. You fancy the precinct archivist's imprint home replicable? Verify public annals, they're accessible, you'll locate my nomenclature. Postal bearer, curiosity emboldened, inclined. She's accurate, verifiable online swiftly. Patricia glared him, then Selena Ward. Even proprietorship excuses not association protocol disregard. Ownership grants no exemption from benchmarks. Selena recreased deed, pocketing. Nor grants you license to persecute unendorsed residents. You've singled me from inception, why? Presuming my non-belonging. Utterances impacted harshly, residents glanced mutually, murmurs edging throng. Patricia hawked throat, compelling poise. This transcends belonging, it's order preservation. Nay, Selena riposted, timbre keener. This concerns your errancy and reluctance to concede. For once, Patricia lacked riposte, board trembled in palms, gaze darting burgeoning throng. She abhorred encirclement, challenge before her deemed subjects. Selena tempered timbre yet sustained stance. Behold, I seek not discord. I relocated for serenity, the selfsame all crave. But serenity vanishes when one fancies herself statute. Throng hummed accordingly. Patricia's potency ebbed, and she knew. I'll reassess circumstances, Patricia grumbled, timbre quivering ire undisguised. She wheeled briskly, withdrawing homeward, erstwhile commanding stiletto clack now uneven, hastened. Selena observed exit, exhaling leisurely. Residents' gazes lingered, then dispersed, some proffering faint grins, others mute endorsements. Selena waved curtly ere resuming floral vessels, pulse racing yet determination steadfast. But though Patricia shamed, she concluded not. In psyche, deed merely convoluted, she delved deeper, unearthing demarcation quarrel igniting conflagration. Subsequent week, Willow Lane resembled arena bisected, one flank Patricia Kincaid, intensifying to retain sway, opposite, Selena Ward, serenely pursuing existence, unyielded. Suburb ensnared midway, compelled allegiance election. It ignited with murmurs at corner domicile, Jeff and Marlene Trask pair grumbled Patricia exceeded bounds this instance. 2 portals distant, elder dweller Howard Briggs championed her, informing listeners Patricia sole bulwark against decline. Each postal jaunt, each canine promenade, afforded residents stance assertion. Selena perceived schism promptly, unknowns neared with tentative amity. Juvenile matron Denise Howell halted her one dawn as she irrigated veranda florals. Merely wish your awareness, Denise. Uttered softly, scanning as if apprehension lurked. Not all align Patricia's views. Sundry rejoice your acquisition, it gleams superior to years prior. Selena grinned. I value that. I relocated not for strife. Denise inclined briskly. I credit you. But Patricia relinquishes not readily. Selena's countenance firmed subtly. I'm discerning that. Meanwhile, Patricia fortified her faction, impromptu pavement assemblies exterior her abode, boards and parchments arrayed on collapsible slab like tribunal proof. She declaimed on suburb norms and estate worths, timbre projecting street ward, inescapable. She's imprudent, Patricia barked to Howard Briggs one vesper. Process disregard, association disdain. Unchecked, who discerns sequelae, raucous gatherings, curb refuse, heavens no. Howard inclined dutifully, though consort adjacent compressed lips, evading ocular contact. Fissures in Patricia's bulwark emerged. Beyond discourse, residents altered conduct toward Patricia, elder juveniles erstwhile waving school ward now traversed afar, veteran dwellers once cheerily greeting proffered curt inclinations. Patricia self-assured transience, yet inwardly sensed flux. Selena too intuited mounting strain, composure pride taxed under perpetual gaze. One midday, conveying provisions indoors, she spied Howard's consort Eleanor dawdling curb ward. Aid needed. Selena queried, equilibrating parchment sack hipward. Eleanor faltered, then neared. Merely endure, residents observe, they'll discern verity autonomously. Selena proffered one grin. Gratitude, that signifies profoundly. Indoors, Selena replayed, residents observe. Veritable, each deed, each retort to Patricia weighed by suburb adjudicating credence. Patricia, however, prospered underestimated. One vesper, she surged kitchen ward, slamming board counter. Consort Richard elevated from gazette. What anew, he exhaled. She fancies triumph, Patricia snapped, flourishing deed. Waving parchment like terminus. But nay, I've scrutinized estate frontiers, something misaligns. Richard furrowed. Estate frontiers? Yes, the delineation reports. I'll petition reassessment, if overlap sliver onto my turf, I'll litigate. Richard oscillated crown. Patricia, perhaps relinquish. Relinquish, she interjected sharply. This is my repute, my suburb. Yielding now, all deem me errant. Richard grumbled subutably, ignored, her psyche raced antecedent, scheming sequel. Afar, Selena porch sat at twilight, observing juveniles cycle pavement. She pondered support whisperers, mute residents. Schism authentic, yet Patricia's fixation wouldn't delineate her abode. She grasped device, dialing preserved numeral from Closure Dawn, downtown Columbus realty jurist. "Hi, Selena Ward," she uttered connected. "I suspect counsel on escalating circumstance." But Patricia's frontier suspicion transcended clamor, it neared kindling strife unprecedented. Subsequent week, Patricia Kincaid paraded into Franklin County Archivist Bureau, assured universe yielded. She solicited recent Willow Lane delineation duplicates, groomed talons drumming impatiently counter. Clerk proffered stout sheaf of cartographs and imprinted parchments. Patricia skimmed briskly, gaze constricting, then spied, crimson demarcation relocated. Per revised delineation, her cherished rearward, the locale hosting association grillouts, garden she vaunted ceaselessly, encroached line by under 6 paces. Her rearward fraction now Selena Ward's. Patricia's pulse thundered, not alarmingly, nay, this thrilled, leverage, armament wieldable. She snapped sheath shut, grumbling, well, intriguing. Back Willow Lane that vesper, Patricia squandered no instant, surged afar, parchments clutched, visage aglow false assurance fooling residents' ears. Selena rearward tugged invasives from floral birth when Patricia materialized tempest-like at barrier verge. Care elucidating this. Patricia exacted, flourishing delineation sheaf. Selena ascended leisurely, dusting terra from palms. Elucidate what? This, Patricia smacked parchments against timber barrier. Per annals, rearward fraction yours not, mine. Thus your barrier illicit, deed less hermetic than fancied. Selena grasped parchments, placidly skimming highlighted swaths ere inclining. Yes, survey revision cognizant, my agent noted closure. Patricia's mouth gaped. You knew. Naturally, Selena riposted equably. Hence deed incorporates rectified frontiers, which renders that swath you indicate mine. Nearby residents inhaled, Patricia paled, yet rallied, pitch ascending panic masking. Absurdity, I've nurtured this rearward years, all cognize this domain mine. You claim not abruptly. Selena recreased parchments, returning. I claimed not, precinct delineation did, vendor divulged prevend. Grievance. Address them, not me. Patricia's poise splintered. You fancy usurping my domain, flaunting trophy-like. Selena paced nearer, descending timbre yet firming. Nay, Patricia, I fancy you can't endure kingdom erected on alien terrain. Throng thickened, some barrier leaned, others driveway edged, feigning postal scrutiny, all observed grander than demarcation fray, this reckoning. Howard Briggs vocalized, astounding all. She's accurate, Patricia, if precinct delineation assigns her, hers it is. Statute. Patricia whirled him, gaze aflame. You align her. Howard elevated palms defensively. Facts aligned. Selena gloatless, could've, clasped palms, articulating lucidly. I desire not your rearward, Patricia, not strife. But I'll not be coerced from lawful domain, not today, eternally not. Patricia's mandible tautened, she craved scream, indictment, Selena's haulage. Yet throngs heft pressed, mutely adjudicating. First, she realized non-victory. Selena resumed floral birth, motion serene deliberate, cease argument declaration. Patricia immobilized momentarily, sheath clutched lifeline-like, finally wheeled footwear, surging homeward, paces faltering subtly. Whispers commenced pre-portal closure. Indoors, she slumped seat, quivering fury. Richard elevated from scullery slab, exhaling. What transpired anew? Patricia slammed sheaf. She possesses it, fraction my rearward verily. Richard massaged brows. Perhaps cessation time. Patricia's gaze constricted. Never, if she fancies terminus here, deluded. I'll convoke assembly, reaffirm true governance. But Patricia's crisis assembly veered unintended, for this instance, deemed governed residents readied vocalization. Succeeding Saturday Vesper, Patricia Kincaid convoked Crisis Association Assembly, imprinted broadsides, stuffed postal slots, even wrapped sundry portals for attendance assurance. Obligatory presence, broadside proclaimed boldly, though all new association couldn't juridically mandate. Still, inquisitiveness peaked, by 7 o'clock, Willow Lane moiety crammed Main Street communal hub. Chamber faintly coffee-scented, collapsible seats, ether hum petit locale intrigue peculiar. Residents shuffled, paired murmuring, cautious glances. Selena ward ingress hushed, seating midlocale, stairs felt, unflinching, she hearkened. Patricia front stood, general pre-fray, board podium rested. Sharpest coat donned, coiffure impeccable, as if veneer reinforced crumbling sway. She hawked throat, quieting. Gratitude abrupt attendance, she commenced. As sundry cognize, circumstance concerns estate norms and adherence Willow Lane. I've convoked as crucial we confront communal order peril. Murmurs undulated. Patricia urged, from inception, I've toiled ceaselessly safeguarding your estate worths, sustaining suburb desirability, security, respectability. But now confront one rule rejecting, framework undermining our stronghold. She directed Selena Ward, lap folded calm. Patricia amplified, this figure disregarded breach alerts, disdained guidance, assailed association wholeness, and now claims domain integral my abode decades. Inhales echoed, skeptical chuckles too. Patricia's phrasing landed less fluidly prior. Selena ascended leisurely, seat linoleum scraping softly. May I retort, she queried, calibrated. Patricia exhaled curtly. Selena advanced, presence resolute yet directive. Foremost, lucid, I'm no lessee, I procured a boat outright, deed mine, Franklin County archived. So-called breach alerts affixed entry baseless. Second, domain quarrel, yes, delineation altered, yes, Patricia rearward fraction mine, not my contrivance, precinct rectification. No intent fence demolish or uglify, but I'll not be deemed non-belonging. Timbre resonated serene potent, sundry residents clapped subdued, halting, reaction gauging. Patricia's mouth tautened, ireful applause ingress. Howard Briggs, erstwhile staunch, ascended. Patricia, due deference, Selena accurate, I perused delineations personally, precinct adjusted. Indebatable. Frankly, this personal seeming. Profound quietude descended. Patricia's gaze dilated, then constricted. Personal, she spat. Yes, Howard affirmed staunchly. From Selena arrival, you presumed diarist, pursued alerts, menaces, tattle. Not guidance, persecution. Accordant rumble traversed throng. Patricia's poise wavered, podium hand banged. I tolerate not such disdain, years serviced this suburb, won't permit crumble via one foreign rule flouter. Selena unamplified, unneeded, simply, esteem erected not on subjugation, but equity. Utterances struck. Denise Howell, privately Selena spoken juvenile matron, elevated palm. Time discourse novel guidance, we require listener, not dictator. More inclinations, accordant murmurs. Patricia scorched. You propose ballot against me? Yes, Denise plain. Associations function thus. Chamber erupted, claps, fierce whispers. Patricia board slammed, timbre quavering. Fine, vote if desired, but rue not when locale disintegrates sans veritable guidance. Selena receded, pulse thundering, unsmiling, not humiliation seeking, ground sustaining. But Patricia underestimated suburbs' forbearance. Association ballots scheduled succeeding Thursday Vesper, prelude days charged oddly through Willow Lane. Sundry residents evaded ocular when Patricia street passed, others overtly murmured ballot intentions. First in years, Patricia Kincaid sensed communal clasp slipping. She redoubled veneer, hedges impeccably clipped, veranda lanterns burnished, scullery mirror rehearsed orations. Staunch guidance non-bargainable, she whispered reflection. Sans me, suburb crumbles. But portals closed, fissures manifested. Consort Richard wearied nocturnal rants. Pat, exacerbating, he grumbled one vesper, kitchen surging board waving. You misconstrue, Patricia snapped. They revolt post all contrivances. Richard chair reclined. Perhaps treating subordinates not residents. Gaze flashed. You oppose too. Wearied, Patricia, that's entirety, he uttered, gazette folding. Perhaps query why Selena lined, not all blaming. Patricia averted, mandible taut, conceding impossibility. Thursday arrival, communal hub crammed tighter years prior, collapsible seats corner filled, sundry wall standing. Front vast slate bore, sway ballot association chair. Patricia ingress foremost, board limb shielded, customary armor, incisive coat, coiffure impeccable, but gaze betrayed lassitude. Selena ingress minutes later, plainly jean-clad, downy pullover, spotlight shunning, mid-seating, polite nods greeters. Assembly commenced. Patricia podium. Residents, she uttered, timbre subtly quavering pre-strength regain. You cognize me, years bestowed this commune, festal adornments, security circuits, inflicted penalties, all sustaining Willow Lane dream locale. Sundry claps resounded, scattered. Patricia urged, lately, one dweller missioned order challenge, bias, persecution, rule fabrication indicting. None voracious. I'm not antagonist, I'm suburbs rationale. She retreated, bosom heaving, floor gesturing. Any utterance? Now occasion. Selena ascended leisurely, serene presence ocular drawing. Front ward paced, palms conjoined. I ingressed not presidency pursuant, she commenced. Ingressed homeward, carton unload, existence forge. But welcome absent, suspicion, menaces, indictments met, not universally, sundry kindly, but one deeming subjugation communal superior. Timbre unrisen, unneeded, chamber mute, intent hearkening. I desire not Patricia's station, her rearward, potency. What I crave, esteem, self-same. Driveway end pull earned each deserves. Absent that, association point. Chamber applause fractured, not hesitant, scattered, full resonant. Patricia stiffened, hue draining cheeks, allies desperately scanned, usual backers gaze avoiding. Denise Howell ascended, lucid. Motion ballot. Minutes, parchment slips dispersed, residents scrawled selections, creased, front cardboard box dropped. Ether electrified as volunteers tallied. Finally, sequelae proclaimed, sway current association chair, 9, no sway, 27. Inhales, murmurs, applause reprise. Patricia podium clasped, knuckles blanched. This, misstep, she faltered. Rue this when all disintegrates. But chamber hearkened not, throng Selena turned, handshakes, shoulder pats proffering. Patricia's utterances ether dissolved, meaningless versus collective resident decree. Richard advanced hushed, palm arm placing. Come, Pat, he uttered gently. Homeward. She repulsed, yet limbs tottered podium descending. But title stripped, Patricia unreadied quietude vanish, and Selena's sequel trial would affirm guidance not potency, but essence. Vote succeeding dawn, Willow Lane altered, not louder, rowdier, but ether novel relief born. Residents mutual waved anew, protracted stares, whisper gossip, weeks hung unease slackened. First post relocation, Selena Ward breathed freely. Porch stepped, brew clutched, Denise Howell stroller ambulance spied. Morning, Selena summoned. Denise grinned reciprocal. Morning, you lighter seeming today. Selena softly chuckled. Perhaps absent dawn entry alert. Denise laughed, timbre descending. Grace managed last eve, verily, none else Patricia withstood thus. Selena crown shook. Not triumph seeking, merely cessation desiring. But perhaps residents required firm stand demonstration sans loud clash, merely unyielding refusal. Denise inclined as another, Jeff Trask, afar paced. Palm extended. Selena, contrition owed, initially Patricia credited tenant claim, unquestioned. But discern errancy now, mine too, presuming. Selena handshake warmly accepted. Gratitude, Jeff, signifies much. All air, post-deed matters. Aft, Patricia's shades quivered, vote post abode unleft, erstwhile directive lady block phantom, plastic slats surveilling. Rumors swirled, fury, shame, most concurred reign terminated. Midday later, Selena's jurist visited, parchment foldered. Merely verification, he uttered. Deed, delineation unassailable, Patricia court challenge futile, unholdable. Selena relief sighed. Suspected thus, official reassurance gratifying. File these, jurist uttered, papers handing. Contingency, if she contrives. But verily, bridges incinerated excessively. Exitant, Selena Howard Briggs yard tending spied. Parchments clutched, neared. Howard, utterance permissible. He aligned, brow sweat wiping. Naturally. Meeting speech gratitude, Patricia your backing counted, yet withheld. Courageous. Howard fatigued grinned. Should have antecedent, Patricia browbeating years watched, quietude peace presumed. Turns out, amplifies potency. You recalled silence non-neutral, concurrence. Selena gradually inclined. Both learned these weeks, I deem. First relocation post, suburb softened, invitations trickled, Denise dinner hosted, Marlene Trask pie delivered, cycle juveniles waved unhesitant. Minute gestures, profound. Yet Selena Patricia downfall joyless. Vesper that, afar darkened Kincaid abode gazed, empathy pang felt. Potency Patricia's identity so prolonged, loss self-loss akin. Richard Kincaid turf-crossed leisurely. Elena barrier halting. She's altered presently, he uttered hushed. Selena limbs folded, timbre gentle. Imaginable, uneasy not her. Richard exhaled. Bigger person than merited, but humiliation abstention gratitude when rightful. Selena wan smiled. All falter, sundry louder. But control lost soul pedagogy on control's worth. Richard inclined, gratitude fatigued eyes flickering pre-home turn. That knocked, Selena porch sat, sun rooftops dipping, rearward firefly lit. Journey pondered, alerts, overt clashes, ballot. Harassment commenced grander transformed, admonition presumptions communal poison, verity air clearing. But Patricia saga unconcluded, one finale instant impending, testing Selena's grace versus Patricia's hubris endurance. Vote nigh 2 weeks post, Patricia Kincaid self-exile emerged finally. Dawn sun Willow Lane stretched, residents startled as portal parted. She paced leisurely, blazerless, boardless, days prior elder seeming. Command crown absent, remained essence bared. Selena front turf hedge trimming when Patricia street crossing noted. Sight paused her, clippers set, vigilant as Patricia neared, palms tightly conjoined. Selena, Patricia commenced, timbre quieter ever heard. Discourse needed. Selena aligned, palms jean wiping. Very well. Residents noted promptly, shades shifted, portals cracked, by now Willow Lane learned Patricia Selena face merited observation. Patricia's gaze ground lingered pre-Selena meeting. Encroached, I permitted station over mastery. Presidency control presumed, but repelled all. Contrition for your treatment. Utterances air suspended, fragile crystal shatter vulnerable. Breath-holding throng knew Patricia utterance difficulty. Selena response unhurried, Patricia scrutinizing, phrasing not, sincerity aft. Finally, contrition accepted. But not me rectification needing, suburb this. Patricia shoulder glanced, porch window faces peeking. Wan inclined, lips thin pressed. Endeavor. First, Selena spied not association despot, but pride burden wrestling lady. Tempered, Patricia, guidance not right proving, listening, safeguarding not policing. Patricia throat swallowed arduously. Forgotten. Richard their abode egressed, railing leaned, relieved seeming wife utterance. Exterior gathered residents visibly eased, smiles sundry, mutual whispers. Captivity storm passed finally. Selena clippers retrieved, faint smiled. This avenue president needing not, residents merely. That's entirety. Patricia rigid inclined, home turned. Instant redemption absent, but inception paced. Vesper later, Willow Lane ether months lighter. Juveniles tag played till street lamps flickered, pairs hand-clasped ambled, laughter porch drifted. Once, no clipboard hoverers, breech slips, just families adjacent living. Selena porch sat, iced brew sipping as Denise Howell joined. You cognize, Denise smiled, not self-advocacy alone, all ours too. Years Patricia law unquestioned, you demonstrated pushback permissibility. Selena softly chuckled. Not relocation planned pedagogy, merely serenity desiring. But perhaps serenity earning occasional. Denise inclined. Earned, and suburb better altered. Selena chair reclined, street lamp glowed juvenile laughs observing, first moving van pole, home felt, not deed decreed, but environs perceiving her verily, equal, resident, communal part. Lesson unwasted saga watchers, presumptions trust annihilate, hubris judgment blinds, esteem communal bulwark. Selena self-smiled, hushed whispering, proprietorship transcends barriers. Frontiers, its adjacent treated manner. Therewith, Brew glass elevated, Denise's flask lightly clinking. This narrative admonishes all, veritable potency not subjugation, esteem. Permit not hubris or bias narrative. A lesson enjoyed, heart-revealing